when old becomes new and new becomes old. This is volume number 1, Castle Roads, E. Paul Bigham, April 5, 2026. Today we'll be searching for mysteries without any clues that would lead to clues without any mysteries. Online inboxes are too full to effectively raise funds for an organization's mission or purpose. Phones are nothing but robocalls. Social media marketing is the new fundraising savior, so they say. Ever hear that? Ever believe that? Well, it's not all wrong and it's not all right. Well, except for the robocalls, that is. And no, I don't need a pre-approved loan or extended auto warranty on my 2-year lease. So, what does this mean to you? How does it help you generate the kind of organizational revenue that you need? Well, plenty. I'll explain both why and what you can do about it in just a moment. Which brings us to a conundrum. You know, the more it is, the more it isn't. That is what social and technological advances are supposed to do. Make things easier to connect with and reach out to your donors. But does it? When referencing the word donors, this also applies to constituents, customers, voters, members, volunteers, parishioners, advocates, followers, patients, benefactors, renters, or with whomever you are connecting or trying to connect. However, the tech solution has taken a complex turn. Instead, the easier it has become to communicate with donors, the more complicated it has become to find and connect with them. Like the old traffic safety expression warns us, speed kills. Indeed, it does on the highways and also on the byways of donor life. That's the winding journey of old world donor communications alongside the new world of donor communications. So what does this mean to you? Well, it used to be in OG days that we had the television stations of ABC, CBS, and NBC. Then we added the stepchild station of Fox. Next came cable, and then MTV. Not so certain if I still want my MTV, but having back that wonderful help of cable TV for fundraising, that would be great, don't you think? Back then we had all the king's men and all the king's horses assembled in one small world. A world of select medium, which was indeed the message to honor Marshall McLuhan's immortal insight. Plus, TV was easily supported by and made to work exceedingly well by the OG king of direct mail. TV would definitely bring in the donors. Direct mail would then effectively and efficiently build out the essential relationships. TV was the first date, so to speak. Direct mail was the chocolates and the flowers. Now the NG, that's the new guard, of donor communications is floated with avenues of connections. That is, if you want to know which platform, which app, post, portal your donors are on, they were on, or will be on for about 8.25 seconds according to Google. You probably already know that the typical social media user moves between 6.75 different platforms every month. Talk about who's on first and what's on second. Today it's truly I don't know's on third, and most all bases, or at least for a while. A fond expression of mine says, all marketing roads lead to the same fundraising castle, but not all journeys are the same. To that insightful observation, it seems necessary to add, yeah, but some donors are just getting off the road too soon and too often. Plus, some are just getting lost. They have outdated GPS and are simply staying on the side streets and not getting back on the main highway. For us fundraisers, this means we are losing donors in the world of convenience, a world complicated by speed and novelty. So you might ask this thoughtful question, is now the time to better employ new guard communications with the proven effectiveness of old guard direct marketing methods, especially those techniques that still work and still produce more organizational revenue than the new ones. Clearly, no single communication channel is all things to all donors. It likely never was, past charcoal drawings on a cave wall, perhaps. Yet, it just might be that the magnitude of new is best supported by the old cornerstone of the old. To the existing world of direct mail, print, email, and personal visit communications, we've added blogs, QR codes, links, text, GoFundMes, short video, long video format, webinars, and don't forget the new OG, websites. You likely know there are 252,000 new websites created every day. Save the math, that's just 3 websites every second, or round it off to, say, 180 new websites every minute. If social media is the fundraising savior, has it truly reduced information overload? Well, let's take a look. One recent study states 259 million new people began using social media in the last year alone. Again, put your calculators away. That's 7.8 new users every second. And don't even think about how many lost or forgotten passwords that means. Facebook, with only 3 billion plus users, now opens up 5 new profiles every second. WhatsApp has a paltry 2 billion plus users. Such a laggard. Which reminds us about Slack, Blink if you miss it, Connect Stream, and everyone's favorite Troop Messenger. Who? Data is no sluggard either. With some 407 million terabytes being generated every day, it's no wonder our computers are slowing down. The good news is that 5.66 billion people are on social media. But where, when, and how do you develop a relationship with that many people who won't sit still or stay engaged longer than a goldfish? Too bad goldfish can't donate. They'd at least stay focused for about 9 seconds. And just when you thought it was safe to go back in the woods with SMS, now RCS, Rich Communication Services, is bringing app-like interactive features directly to native phones. The good news is this means traffic is expected to reach 49 billion messages. Whoa, thank goodness there for a minute we thought overload noise was in trouble. Imagine if it had been 50 billion messages. So if the OG is outdated and doesn't work, and the NG works so well that it doesn't effectively work, then what's the answer to maintain a revenue stream that supports your nonprofit ministry or mission? That brings us to why you are here today, because going forward, we as fundraisers have to make some wise changes. Changes in how we process the convergence between the old and the new. To take what works then and still works now and blend it with the new and exciting. However, we also need to recognize that the new hasn't yet fully proven itself. And looking at the bottom line, we must ask if the new way is the better way to engage donors, to help them to do what they already want to do, which is to support your worthy nonprofit, ministry, or your organization. So be forewarned, like many a trailblazer, the path isn't always easy, sure, or most direct. Neither is it always popular. Many a critic in days past discouraged those who climbed up on a covered wagon or saddled up on a horse and headed out west. It's a good thing those adventuresome types didn't stay among the safe masses. If they had, the wonder of the West would not have given us the joy it has today. This is the maiden voyage of a newsletter called Castle Roads. It's named after the earlier quote mentioned about marketing and fundraising journeys. Going forward, we'll be looking at new ways to use old ways that are better ways than the old ways of looking at the new ways. Put that in your GPS and see which destination it sends you to. In this newsletter journey, we'll look at new resources, insights, and ideas. Some, no doubt, with confirmation bias, and some with an eye for maybe it will work better for us if we work better for it. So what does all this mean to you and your fundraising goals? Well, there are many takeaways and profitable uses. Yet, if there's one key point that brings it all together, it's this. When all is said and done, whatever tools, techniques, and talents you use to raise funds, it's about reaching the right audience with the right message at the right time, and now at the right location. That being the location of where your donors are, or where they will be. And then saying what they want to hear, using the words they want to hear. Another favorite expression of mine is to fish where the fish are, fish when the fish are biting, and fish what the fish will bite. People want 3 things in any transaction, whether it's fundraising or not. They want to know what's in it for them, and that's perfectly okay. It's not being selfish. People want to know what you want them to do, and people want to know how you want them to do it. Because basically you have to make it easy for people to do what they already want to do, even if they don't know what they want to do, at least not yet. And helping them find what they want to do is part of your message. It's finding the convergence of the right place at the right time with the right words. At the end of the day, this is what everybody wants. We all want clarity, convenience, conviction, confirmation, and contribution. Everything else is just more distraction, deflection, and deferment. As we go forward in the upcoming issues of Castle Roads, we will clearly at times be searching for mysteries without any clues. Clues, though, that will lead us to other clues that will help solve many of the mysteries. And we'll have a good time while we do it. So until the next issue of Castle Roads, to your continued fundraising success and a most profitable journey. E. Paul.